Welcome to Country Cookin'. I'm your hostess, Cindy Schumacher. On today's show, we're going to be making Russian pork chops, Madison County potatoes, sunshine casserole, and chocolate zucchini sheet cake. So we're going to start with the Russian pork chops. I have 4 pork loin chops that are cut about 1.5 inches thick. We're going to toss a tablespoon of oil in. I'm using an electric skillet so that I can face you. It just makes it a little bit easier for you to hear me. Anyway, so give that just a second for the oil to heat. We're going to put the chops in here and we're going to brown them a little bit. While we're waiting for that to cook, then we'll start working on the cake. Now, my husband always jokes that in order to eat zucchini, you have to disguise it in something. This cake is amazing. You will really love it. It's so moist and delicious. Okay, we'll start creaming together. This is 1.5 cup packed light brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, a 1/2 cup of softened butter, spatula here, a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, to this we're going to add 3 whole eggs, and a teaspoon of vanilla, I'm using pure vanilla extract today. Just a little scrape around the bowl here. Okay, we're going to sprinkle over the top a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of allspice, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, Okay, we're going to add 5 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of buttermilk, soda. There it is. This is 2 teaspoons. Okay, now I have grated the zucchini here with the skin on. Just wash it, grate it, and firmly pack 4 cups. And then we're going to stir that in. Seems like a lot of zucchini, but somehow it all bakes in there. You'd be surprised. Your guests probably wouldn't even be able to tell you what was in the cake. You just tell them it's a chocolate cake. Most of them would not even be able to guess that it's zucchini. Turn those. Takes a little work to incorporate that, but make sure that you do it and do it well. You don't want lumps of zucchini somewhere in there. Okay. We're going to pour it into a pan that I have greased and floured. I've preheated the oven to 325. This is a good recipe to take like to a church potluck or something because it makes a nice big cake. And first time I made it, my brother-in-law said it was exquisite, so I think you'll enjoy this one. So if you want a copy of the recipe and you don't have internet, be sure to give the girls at Valley a call and they'll help you get a copy. If you do have internet, go to the home page and look for the Country Cooking Cow on the right and click on that. You'll find the recipes. So to this then, we're going to sprinkle a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips over the top. Whoops. Okay, we're going to put it in the oven. We're going to, I checked my notes here. We're going to bake it for 40 to 45 minutes, 325. Okay, we'll take a quick break and clean up, and we'll be right back.
Blazing fast broadband internet from Valley is now available and better than ever. Let us help you decide which speed is best for you. The 50 meg speed would be sufficient for 1 to 4 devices, mainly emailing and surfing the web. Our 100 meg speed works great for 5 to 8 devices and multiple users streaming and downloading video. If you have 8 devices or more that are simultaneously streaming or gaming, or if you have a medium-sized business, the 250 meg speed would work best for you. For extreme heavy home or work from home use, or if you have a medium to large business using 15 or more devices, you may want to consider our 500 meg download speed to fit your needs. And if you're a home or business that needs it all, we have our 1000 meg, 1 gig broadband internet speed. Call our office today at 437-2615 and talk with one of our staff members to pick the speed that's best for you.
We're going to take the chops out and put them on a plate for a few minutes while we start working on the sauce. To this we're going to add a tablespoon of flour, and we'll kind of loosen up those bits on the bottom of the pan. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of wine vinegar. Two teaspoons of sugar. Half cup of sour cream. A bay leaf. And then salt and pepper to taste. Because we're working with pork, we probably won't need quite as much as you would for some other meat, so I'm going to start with about a half teaspoon of salt. And because I like things peppery, I'm going to match that with the pepper. I'm going to do about a half teaspoon of that. Get that all mixed together. Okay. Then we'll return the chops back in here. And turn it once to coat. Pour the rest of the juice there. Okay, now we're going to cover it. We're going to reduce the heat, and we're just going to let it simmer for about 50 minutes. So, I'm going to take a quick break, clean up, we'll be right back, and we'll start on the Madison County potatoes.
Get 3 months free access on all lines, plus a new 4G smartphone for only $4.99 a month. 2 great offers with Valley Cellular. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to take advantage of this great deal.
Okay, we're going to work on the Madison County potatoes. I have peeled and thinly sliced about 6 potatoes, and so I've got a 1.5 quart 8x8 pan. I've greased the bottom. I've put 1/3 of the potatoes in the bottom, and I'm going to combine 4 tablespoons of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and some pepper. It doesn't really give you an amount. I'm kind of a pepper gal, so I'm going to give it a good dose there. Now, I've sauteed onions in some butter, and so we're going to put about 1/3 of those in, kind of a layer. We're going to sprinkle about 1/3 of the mixture, the flour, salt and pepper. Then we're going to sprinkle over that garlic powder. Okay, I've got bacon here. You can use bacon or ham. I prefer bacon, so we're gonna. It's about what is it, about 1 pound, 1 cup of fried and crisp crumbled bacon. So we're gonna put about 1/3 of it over the top here. And a 1/2 cup of cheddar cheese is the total, so we're going to take 1/3 of that, sprinkle that over the top. We're going to repeat those layers again. So here we go with our next layer of potatoes. Onions. Flour and the flour mixture. More of the bacon. Oops, I forgot to sprinkle garlic powder and onion powder. Okay. One more layer. It's filling up. Okay, now we're going to dot it with 3 tablespoons of butter. Remember, if you want a copy of any of these recipes, you can go to the Valley homepage and look for the Country Cooking Cow on the side. You click on that and you'll find the recipes. If you don't have internet, call the Valley office and the girls will be happy to get you a copy of any of the recipes that you're interested in. Okay, we're going to pour a little milk over the top just to kind of blend all the flavors together. We've got a full pan, so we don't have a lot of room, but this will kind of give you a little bit of a scalloped potato effect. That looks pretty good. Cover it with foil, and then we're going to bake it from anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, I'm going to clean up real quick. We'll get to the sunshine casserole. We'll be right back.
Faster than fast internet is here. Valley now has higher broadband speeds of up to 1 gigabit. Get the bandwidth you need for all your devices at one time. Gaming with no lag time. Video stream your favorite movies instantly in HD quality. Video chat with friends and family without interruption. Download your favorite music and photos in seconds. All on our 100% fiber optics network. Valley offers managed Wi-Fi and backup services too, bringing together all the services you need. Valley Telecommunications Cooperative.
Okay, we're going to work on the sunshine casserole. I have been sauteing some onions in butter. I'm going to transfer them to a bigger skillet now that I have room on the stove. And we're going to add the squash. This is the summer squash. The recipe calls for 4 to 6 depending on the size. I'm using 4. So I'm going to throw those in on top of the onions. and let them start to cook. We're going to put a cover on it so they kind of steam and get a little tender. The squash is starting to get tender, and I've drained any excess moisture off of it. So we're going to add the seasonings, and we've got salt. I'm going to use a teaspoon. A 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Garlic salt, a 1/2 teaspoon. Remember, I always say put your lids back on so you don't spill. 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Actually, it calls for a 1/4 teaspoon, but I always like a little extra pepper. We'll give it a stir. Okay, I have cooked and drained 2 10-ounce packages of sweet corn, and we're going to stir that in now. We're going to cover it and let it cook for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to put it in our pan and sprinkle with cheese and our seasoned buttered breadcrumbs. So in the meantime, I have turned the pork chops. They're getting nice and crispy on the outside, so we'll get the casserole in the oven, and it won't be long, we'll be able to eat. Be right back.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
Okay, everything is getting nice and tender. So we're going to stir in 2 cups of extra sharp cheddar cheese. The name Sunshine Casserole, as you can see, it's just bright and sunny. It'll add a lot of nice color to your meal. It makes a pretty nice size casserole, and the leftovers are still good too. We've eaten on it for seconds and thirds sometimes, so I think you'll enjoy this. Okay, pour it into our skillet or our pan. Sprinkle it with our breadcrumbs. We're going to put it in the oven and bake it for 30 minutes. Just a couple minutes, everything should be coming out of the oven. I want to remind you one last time, if you want a copy of any of these recipes, and I hope you do, if you don't have internet, just give the girls at Valley a call. They'll be happy to help you with a copy of anything that you like. If you do have internet, just go to the Valley website. You'll find the Country Cooking Cow. You click that, and you'll find all the recipes. We'll be right back. Okay, we've got the cake out. I have, we're going to sprinkle the top of it with powdered sugar. I have a sugar shaker. If you don't have one of these and you ever run across it, it's a wonderful investment. They're very inexpensive, and then you've got a lid. You can snap it on, keep it in the cupboard whenever you need powdered sugar, and it works so good. I know I was shopping with my sister Carrie, not too long ago, and I saw one of these and I said, oh, I love those. And she said, what is it? She had never even seen one, and she's an excellent cook and an excellent baker. And I said, you will love it. She said, well, I just use my sifter. And I said, you know, you really need to invest in one of these. So they just work so well. Snap the lid on it, put it away, and forget about it. So cut a piece of cake here. If you want to add a little bit of coup up to the top of this or something, you can do that too. We'll take the tops out here. Get the other things out of the oven. This is the sunshine casserole and the Madison County potatoes. Get some things to dish. Even somebody that doesn't like squash is going to like this. There's what's not to like about corn and onions and breadcrumbs and butter. So I think you'd be surprised how much they enjoy that. And there we go. We've got your Russian pork chops, your Madison County potatoes, your sunshine casserole, your chocolate zucchini sheet cake. Thank you for joining us today on this edition of Country Cookin'. We hope to see you next time.